Welcome to Shakespeare FC, the Sonnets, a 5-minute journey into the iambic opinations on life, love, death, and desire, with a smattering of nature and naughtiness, from the mind of our literary epicure from Warwickshire, or, as you become more familiar, Uncle Will. I'm your host, Kari Marshall. In his sonnets, Uncle Will wrote from a very personal place about the human condition, all in just 14 lines. But in that meager space, we can find an absolute wealth of human experience that you just might identify with. So, let's you and I go on a little journey. Today, Uncle Will turns his thoughts to the unceasing passage of time, the destruction of monuments, either through time's decay or man's brutal warlike behavior, and, very poignantly, a kind of sadness about what that means for the permanence of love. In the first quatrain of Sonnet 64, Uncle Will sets the scene with the vision of time's terrible hand eroding and defacing the great, glorious, and ancient monuments that were constructed by the hands of men who have long since been buried. He says he has also seen high towers torn down and even sculptures of brass destroyed, not by time, but rather by the anger and rage of mankind.
When I have seen by time's fell hand defaced the rich, proud cost of outworn buried age, when sometime lofty towers I see down raised, and brass eternal, slave to mortal rage.
In the second quatrain, William sees the ocean as almost a creature in itself, hungry and consuming the land through flood, and then the land filling in the sea with soil in a sort of never-ending cycle of loss and gain.
When I have seen the hungry ocean gain advantage on the kingdom of the shore, and the firm soil win of the watery main, increasing store with loss, and loss with store.
In the third quatrain, there seems to be an inevitability and a sadness to Uncle Will's thoughts. He says that when he sees how things can alter their nature, and that the very essence that makes them up will be forced to decay and die, when he surveys all of this destruction, only one thought comes to his mind, that time will eventually come to take his love away from him.
When I have seen such interchange of state, or state itself confounded to decay, ruin hath taught me thus to ruminate, that time will come and take my love away.
In the final couplet, William wears his heart upon his sleeve, see Series 3, Episode 3 for more, and says that this thought is like a death to him, admitting that he is driven to tears with the very thought of losing the thing he loves.
This thought is as a death which cannot choose but weep to have that which it fears to lose.
I find this sonnet really telling. In so many ways that we have discussed his works, when William addresses time's inevitable effect on beauty, love, and life itself, there has always been an underlying defiance, a parting shot that, after he concedes the power and inevitability of time's ultimate agency over life, Uncle Will's poems will remain for all time, in effect canceling out the loss of beauty or even the departure of life. But not here. Here, Uncle Will's honesty is actually quite arresting. Gone, it seems, is the arrogant, cocksure certainty, and what we see before us is just an infatuated boy at a writing desk, terrified of losing his love. Well, alas and alack, my friends, that is all we have time for. Join us again next time for another hopefully informative journey into the mind of Uncle William. I'm Kari Marshall. Farewell until next time. Shakespeare FC is a production of WGTE Public Media. You can learn more and download all episodes at wgte.org/sfc or wherever you get your podcasts.